welcome to this week's episode of Chasing the Whimsy. I am Ben, and we're here with
Liam.
That's 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm to do it too.
Look right here. And we also have
Sophia.
And this is your second week in a row. What'd you do today?
Get to the park.
What else?
And
Did you go up the slide?
yeah.
You know your auntie doesn't like that, right? What else is going on? And she's done. All right, Liam. You know what episode this is?
94.
94. We are on the road to 100.
Mm-hmm.
We got at least 5 episodes. We know we're going to do some W's. And then there's an extra random week. Maybe 99 is, I don't know what we do. But somewhere in the next 6, we have some W's. Do you like the idea of working on the W's, the 5 W's of Whimsy?
I'll answer that after we do all of them.
Okay, fair enough. I kind of like the idea of doing it because as we start getting new people, right, we can point to the road to 100. So this is like the next 5 episodes is our way of kind of reestablishing what Whimsy is. So instead of listening to 100 episodes, we can be like, listen to these 5 and you'll get what we're trying to do. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a decent idea, right?
Yeah.
So which one are we doing today? All right, so I got to cut this together real quick because I think when I paused it to get food, I accidentally saved the first 2 minutes.
Oh.
Okay, so we were talking about the W's. You want to do some resolutions, so I thought which W would be better would be the what. Like, what are we going to do?
And what have we done that we want to continue?
I think...
Daddy,
I think what we want to do is, let's look backwards since it's the new year. And then what have we done that you liked?
Daddy?
Yeah?
It's New Year's now.
It is New Year's now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So I figure we look backwards. And then what do you want out of 2025 for, I guess, life and podcast?
Okay.
Right? All right. So what are some of your... what are some of the what's that you like that we did with Life and Podcast in 2024?
I'll start with podcast.
Okay.
I like that we kind of branched out, and even if I wasn't there, like for example, the cons and all that,
Daddy,
you guys recorded after the days, and going out of state with you for the first time as well. That was a good what.
Yeah, Chronicon. We should do it again. I'm looking at it. I gotta look for dates. Wait for him to post stuff. What are some of the things that you're surprised that we did in your absence? Did you know that I recorded with a Grammy winner?
Yeah, because you made it a big deal. That weekend, you're like, oh man, you got to get on this podcast. You're missing out.
Right. Yeah, I've had a couple of rando celebrity.
I know the Tetris guy was one of your favorites.
Yeah, from episode 60. Cheese. He's not returning any of my emails. He's in school, so I get why he's not, but I'm trying to get some stuff from him. Let's see, what are some of the other cool what's that we did?
Our little 4-day extravaganza.
Where we didn't make a movie. I like that one. Right before school started. Then there was also the Patreon. We had the Patreon going this year.
Yeah, not even ours, and I got the cool stuff that I can have my own. I can do my own stuff with it. The new the Tesdy Patreon stuff.
Oh no, I meant the Whimsy Patreon. Yeah,
I said not even ours, but
the Whimsy Patreon. We got some supporters. We get a couple of bucks. New webcomic. Or web strip.
Oh,
or comic strip. I think I'm going to get those out soon. I have them. I just got to cut them so that way they post well on the socials.
That's another good what. I like that we did that so early.
Yeah.
We had webcomics.
That was this.
That, Sophie, is a back scratcher. Scratch your back.
Who is it?
It's mine.
Tickles.
Let's see. And then what were you doing while you were gone? So you missed. Okay, so I kind of made a joke that you maybe didn't take as a joke, that you were only on 50% of the episode so far.
Oh.
With this one and the rest of the road to 100, you're definitely over 50%. You're at like 53%.
Okay.
I can redo the math, but a couple of the episodes. Hold on. Some of the numbers are a little bit off because, like, Grandma, she had 2 separate numbered episodes, whereas like 37 was 3 episodes but 1 number. So I got to recount some of those. But you're over 50%. So my apologies for kind of giving you a hard time. But we kept it going in your absence because you got other stuff going on. Like, you have other passions or some of the other things you're working on.
Wrestling and wrestling. Feels like it never stops. I mean, I feel like I'm going even when I had my broken thumb, I was going to all the wrestling stuff still.
Mm-hmm. Are you surprised that we kept up with the podcast? Did you think I was going to drop it and just like, he doesn't want to do it anymore, I'm just going to...
No.
Are you glad that we kept it going?
As of now, yes.
Okay. I don't know. I like that we kept it going because we never changed the logo. You're, still considered co-host. And I like the idea that with Whimsy, like, this is maybe something I'm passionate about, but it also kind of lets people know, like, hey, Liam's got other passions. He's going to go do his own thing. And then we totally, like, every other Whimsyer out there, we totally support it and get it.
Uh-huh.
Great episodes when you come back. Like, you guys come back and throw down some awesome episodes.
Time. For my what is like throwing I come back in banger after banger.
And then you just disappear for 2 more weeks. But yeah, I like that we keep the seat warm for you.
Sometimes, but even old mans are fun.
Yeah, they definitely weren't as emo-y this year.
Good, I'm glad.
Because the end of 23, they were pretty emo-y. We got the car casts. Some people are a little mixed feelings about the car casts. They're like, I don't want to hear you drive. Well, I'm like, but that's it's like every episode is me driving. It's kind of like
What's Cardcast? My Rise to Glory? What was that one?
Was it North is the real North? Or East is the new North? That was such a fun episode. I loved it. But yeah, it's been fun. I've been happier. I've been doing all the live streams. Lots of live streams. I just did episode 41 of Mind Pockets. Can you believe that? That's 40 weeks of me just recording random ideas and thoughts.
That's a good idea already for my first what for the new year. But go ahead, keep talking.
But it's been pretty, like, overall, I'm happy with what we've been doing. I'm trying to think. We got the book, the art book that is available on Amazon. We have the notebooks also available on Amazon. Patreon.com/ChasingTheWhimsy. You can see some pictures of all the previous merch that we've created. Coasters. You like the coasters?
Coasters are sick.
They are sick. I'm going to start delivering those this week. Yeah, so there's... I'm not going to go too hard into the what past, because as I think about it, there's going to be some overlap with some of the other W's, where we obviously could probably repeat the same thing that you're wrestling. So I don't feel like the first W we have to go super deep into.
And you guys know about wrestling, so I mean, I feel like we can go more podcast focused this week.
Moving forward, you said you had some resolutions, some New Year's resolutions. So even though you're not podcasting, you're part of the podcast, and wrestling is part of you. So therefore, wrestling is part of the podcast.
Yeah.
So, what are some of your resolutions coming into 2025?
Like I said, I'm gonna stay away from wrestling more today.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, it's wrestling. Okay. Next.
Before I forget, what you just said about Mind Pockets, I remember we talked about maybe every month, Liam comes on for his own Mind Pockets, and then I text Dad.
Oh shit, we did talk about that.
For some, like, if I'm like in class and there's like an aha moment, I can text it to you, and then, or I'm like playing a video game and something comes to me and like I just text you, and then at the end of the month I can come on for.
So your Mind Pockets will be more text based.
Yeah. So
I will sit here and I'll read them off and be like, January 3rd, Billy just did something silly in English, and then you'll tell me what Billy did. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, that'd be a fun episode to do. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Liam's Mind Pocket, the text edition. This will be fun. All right.
Yeah. Now you go. Let's like go back and forth. So I can eat.
So I've been talking about a lot of the podcast ones, but I think with the podcast, I need a better mental health, right? So we don't get into any more sad dads, or, you know, I don't like nervous breakdown or anything. So I think the first step on helping mental health, I want to lose some weight. I think I'm the heaviest I've been ever. Nothing crazy, but I think I would feel better if I lost, we're going to say 20, and then my stretch goal is 30.
Oh, 100%.
Get back to my old fighting weight.
Because, what's it called? What happens if you lose 15, but you've gained 5 in muscle?
That's cool. Nah, I don't know. Like, then I'll just keep working it out, get more muscle. But that nice 20 put me at like...
When you were 30, how much did you weigh?
I don't remember my 30s. Probably like 2.0.
And I know what your weight is now.
I'm like 245 right now.
Yeah.
I just... like,
It's my mom's like said it. She was like, it's like you and your dad. It's like when you eat,
yeah.
It goes to either your cheeks or your stomach.
Dude, like, I've taken more pictures semi-recently. And I know most weight complexes people have is totally on themselves. Like I'm not going to mom's and mom's looking at me like, oh, you fat bastard. It's all in me, right? So... Well,
it's a mental health thing, like you said. You walk into the bathroom and you can be able to look at yourself and be like, I look good.
Right.
You know, and that would help.
And then obviously eating better.
You said you've wanted to cut carbs out for a while.
Yeah. But I think if I could feel better about myself, I could be a little bit more like positive outward, and just kind of, because the idea behind Whimsy was positive, good vibes. And then inviting people into my little universe, and then whatever part of your universe you want them invited into yours. I'm trying to open up a little bit more. So is it embarrassing that, like, you think, sure, maybe, but at the same time, I think there's a lot of us that have very similar resolutions where they're like, hey, if he can do it, I can do it. And then maybe together.
Because you still play with us, definitely. You definitely play with us. But then there's times when you're like, oh my gosh, like I need to like...
I can't bend over anymore, man. Like I squat down and my legs hurt. And it's just like the weirdest thing. It's like, I know some of it's getting old. And some of it's just like stretch and just limber up a little bit.
Doesn't help that you're heavier though, right?
Yeah. And then obviously, health-wise, like I'm not going to have a heart attack if I lose some weight, eat a little bit better, exercise a little bit more. So, I mean, it compounds itself.
Because me and you, we bored eat and we stress eat.
Yeah.
Really bad.
I'm pretty good on the stress right now. Like, I'm not really stressing out too much.
He was today before the podcast.
I was mad stressed.
Yeah.
Nothing was working.
Like, he was slamming chairs. He was so mad.
I was raging.
Yeah. It's like drunk dad. No.
But
that didn't happen, just saying.
But yeah, I got a goal. Let's lose 20, stretch goal 30. Do it. You know, I'll obviously do it safe. I'm not going to just stop eating.
The sad thing is, though, is that that's how much I have to lose too to be at my goal weight.
Okay.
So we can shake hands and be like, let's lose it together.
Let's do it together.
You promise?
I'm going to hit mine. I'm slightly more driven-ish on Sundays than you are.
Oh, on Sundays I'm a monster.
Yeah, you're
in the fridge. Cheat days are my Sunday days.
But we came up with some ideas for some more what? We want to redo some of the Arizona room. Maybe create a space where you and I can exercise a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll keep everybody updated. Do like a Biggest Loser contest. But no. I'm just going to do it because I want to. I think it'd make me feel better. Mm-hmm. All right. What's one of yours?
Being on 60 to 70% of the episodes.
All right. Okay. So do you want to, moving forward, do you want to hit 60 or do you want to get up to 60 and then maintain 60?
Up to 60 / 70 and maintain. Okay. 70's hard, but I'm saying it's hard. It's not hard though. It's
it's 3 out of 4 weeks. Okay.
And I just, some weeks I was here and I just didn't want to record. And that's on me, obviously. But, right.
Well, I think when we have your Mind Pockets idea, I think if we can come up with a couple more random ideas.
Those are easy to do.
Put those in our pocket. And then when you're like, I don't want to do anything, be like, boom, car cast it for a second. Because we got 40 minutes out to drop you off. So we're going to say 60, stretch goal 70.
Mm-hmm. Let's get above the 50 first, and then I can be 70.
All right. Okay. You think you can hit 60 before year 2? July?
Yeah.
Okay. You think?
I just means I got to be on literally almost every episode.
You need to start hitting the 3 out of 4 per month.
Mm.
Okay.
It's possible. Definitely nothing.
May I ask why? Did it bother you that I was like, hey, you're less than 50% of the episodes?
Yeah.
Why? I didn't mean it.
Because I thought you were going to take me off the logo. You said you would. You said when you get to under 50%, I'm going to take you off the logo, and it's just going to be the orange dome.
No.
And every time you cross it, you're gonna be put back on and then off.
Just every week is just so people know. You're like, oh, Liam's not on this week. He's below. Yeah. I don't know. I have a tendency to make jokes that sometimes aren't really super funny, or aren't, because it is kind of a shitty thing for me to say, and I did apologize because I was like you're only half a podcaster, but at the same time I know that you're doing stuff, so it's not like I can give you a hard time for being at 50% because you were doing wrestling for days.
Oh, just wait. As soon as it gets to because right now it's season, but it's not my season.
Right.
My season is freestyle, and it's right. That's when I get all my medals. That's when I get really prove my skill, and my team's a really good team, and there's always going to be someone above you, especially as a freshman.
Well, we also have some. I'll bring it up more on the Who's, but there's a couple of celebrity that you would like to talk to, so I'll make sure that you're here for them.
Our celebrities coming on.
I'm working on it. I'm waiting from.
Yeah.
So we exchanged some contact info in Chicago. So I'd wait until first of the year for everybody to kind of get back to normal. Mm-hmm. I don't want to talk to Dad.
How's our podcast doing? January, I've heard, is a really bad month for all content.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I had a pretty good. I don't know. I don't really follow some of that stuff. I should. To be fair, I'm in it.
What's a what that you're very excited for that might happen at the end of the week?
End of this week? Oh shoot! Monetizing. Monetizing. So on YouTube, when you're monetized, YouTube will pay you per, like, it comes out to like 2 cents per view. Maybe a little bit less, depending on what kind of content you have, I guess.
Jeez, Mr. B, never mind.
But it's a milestone that they have on YouTube that says if you can hit X number of subscribers, X number of recorded viewed hours, we'll start paying you. So YouTube is going to start paying me.
Man, people must be watching our stuff every week.
The Mind Pockets are helping. I mean, to be fair, I'm putting out 4 shows per week. So, because I got the 2 live streams and I got the 2 podcasts. So I put copies of those.
You do 2 podcasts a week?
Whimsy with the Z.
You still do that?
Yeah. We had a really cool episode with Alice this week. But yeah, I still do them. So, I don't know. There's 4. Okay, let's do some math real quick.
Oh, no.
Okay, there's 409 videos on YouTube. So 409.
Including shorts? No shorts.
So I'm averaging 100 views. Obviously, I paid some promotion for some of them and some whatever else. But yeah, we're seeing. I mean, they're not the best numbers, but at the same time, it's like we're still in our infancy. We're building a brand.
An idea. For our last ever podcast episode, would we go back to our old car recordings and review them? Because those are really bad. For swear words.
Yeah. I was going to look at them. I think I'm going to try to take some, like a day off and just pull. I have so many hidden episodes everywhere. Remember Open House? I have all the Open House episodes.
You didn't post any of those besides,
I didn't post any
besides the me and you one, huh?
Right. But some of the volume I was not good at then. So I think I can go back and I can actually pull most of.
I was pretty genius. We didn't go over our origin story first episode. It's pretty genius. And then we went over it at an open house so everyone can hear it.
Okay, I did this on a Mind Pocket yesterday. Okay. Do you notice that the episode numbers are all 3 digits with a 0 at the beginning?
Sure.
Do you know why?
No.
Talk again.
Why?
Oh, okay. That's for a second there. I thought I lost your microphone.
Did you flip the table?
I would flip the table. We'd just call it a day. Because you want to talk about genius. This was the Mind Pocket that I had is episode 1. Episode 001, I had the foresight to make sure that I kept in 3 digit. Because if you're searching for Chasing the Whimsy number 1, 100. Once we get to 100, you start pulling all the 100s. You can't find 100. So you have to go 001 to find episode 1. Episode 20 is like 020 because once we get into 200s. Now that I say it out loud, it's not as genius as I thought. Because I'm like, we got to wait 2.5 more years to get to 200.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the idea that now that we're coming up to 100, now if you want to search for a specific episode, I don't know.
Is there ever a what that you'll be doing daily content?
I have thought about it. But I have this thing, right, where I try not to say anything out loud because if I do, then I'll do it. But I have thought about recording something every day on lunch.
I think what we're doing good right now, though, is good. I think we're doing more than we should because if you do daily, all of your good ideas are gonna be rushed out, and the content's not gonna be as good as it usually is. The
daily would probably be more on the gaming side. I think podcast wise,
stick to 2 times
what we're doing, right? Maybe 1 extra one somewhere here or there, but
that'd be so cool if you played Chrono Trigger, you did your little walkthroughs.
So we got new music coming for the gaming because I wanted to do a lo-fi video for gaming. The idea, right, as I sent it to JSAR, just said, give me some beats of something that you can relax to while you're binge gaming, right? So if you're going to play Fortnite for 9 hours, like what is a decent beat that'll kind of just keep you going, right? So he's going to come up with that. We'll make a new lo-fi video for that, and that's going to open the gaming channel.
Man, that's another what I should do. Start streaming, because like when I play Minecraft, it's just like I'm watching YouTube, my mic is muted, and I'm just moving around doing random stuff.
And people would watch that.
Yeah.
That's like the weirdest thing.
You would sit on there.
I'd watch. And it's like, gaming is probably the number one viewed content. Would you say? Well, what else is there?
Stuff like Mr. Beast, I guess. But there's only one of him,
right.
So.
Like, if you had to pick a genre on YouTube, gaming is definitely one or two.
For YouTube, yes.
Yeah.
Twitch gaming, you know. But then you have people like Kai, Speed, who just like talk.
Yeah.
And loud.
So we're going to get, Courtney is going to do some gaming for us.
Are we giving her Christmas present soon?
Yeah, I'll have her come over a couple weeks. Maybe, remember when I said we would record maybe 2 episodes? We can record hers and just put her out as episode 102 or something. So she doesn't mess with the road to 100. That are we, unless you want to wait 2.5 months to talk to her.
I don't know.
All right, I'll get with her. Any other what's on your resolution?
Keep producing bangers.
All right, so you do this.
It's funny that you can, like, when you go to the episodes, you can tell which ones are made from you and which ones are made from me.
Yeah.
I think I have like 10 episodes that are made for me.
Yeah. Because we keep saying he's the talent. Let him do his thing. So I give you a topic, and then who was it? Liam on the Run is one of my favorite episodes. Absolutely enjoyed that episode.
Episode 1 and 2. 3 kind of is all right.
Obviously, those are like vintage classics, but
like if we're gonna have like a mixtape or like a CD, is that episode gonna be on the best of CD?
Which one?
/ mixtape? Lame on the Run.
Oh, absolutely. Lame on the Run makes the top 10 of all time. Like, I don't know what we're doing for episode 100, but if we had to pick, like if we were gonna draft episodes, it would definitely be one of the top picks.
I think 2 is still up there.
2 is absolutely love
heartfelt.
2. I just like it guys. It has my favorite laugh I've ever had in my life.
It also has the not facing each other.
Grandmas were sitting here.
They were here every episode, right?
They were here for the first like 4 episodes.
Yeah, because it was during summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Episode 0, that was great as well.
I have that somewhere.
Yeah, you do, and it's never going to get posted. Until I die.
Until you die. Okay. Let's see. Here's another what. I'm going to start recording some, like, lost media. Like, I'm going to record some stuff for you and Sophie for, like, 40 years from now. Just because.
That's another thing. Like me and my friends, we play wiffle ball in the backyard, right? Nothing's ever recorded or filmed, and we have these great moments with each other. And this week we started recently recording our interactions with each other, and my friend got a tripod, put it behind our little home plate,
yeah,
and we recorded.
All your wiffle balls.
An hour of a wiffle ball game.
Nice.
And it was so fun, and that like now, I'm like really glad we recorded it, because there's so many fun moments that I have in there that I'll just like that you're gonna want to see when you're older, and I have audio recordings, and it made me feel like a kid again. It really did, like
right.
A younger kid.
Right, because you're kind of rushing to grow up a little bit. Like, I want to drive, I want to do a bunch of stuff, but then just the idea that you can just have a Sandlot weekend And
it's been all break.
Nice.
Yeah, these it's just one kid and his cousin, and we've just been calling every day from 11 to 11, 10-hour days, and then we'd either be like, let's go to his house, I'm playing baseball again, I'm hitting home runs, I'm over the fence, I'm playing wiffle ball, and the wiffle ball is absolutely great. It's so fun, because we play in his little backyard. It's shorter than yours. Okay. So he has cool neighbors, so we hop in fences.
Nice. And
getting our balls back, and then you have those intense moments when it's just all quiet and no one wants to talk because they're like, I want to win, and the competitive edge you have for winning. I'm obviously the best at it.
Obviously. All right. What else is on your resolution? Academics? You need to get those back.
No, I'm just kidding.
Resolutions are things that I think I can achieve.
No, I know. If I apply myself, I'll be really good in academics. All that matters is that I apply myself. Week 5 and 6, I'm there. Week 7, 8, 9, 10, I'm gone.
What do you mean? Weeks what?
Week 4, 5, I'm turning in my assignments on time.
Oh, okay. For school wise, I mean, like.
Yeah. But then.
And then you're just like, I turned it in last week.
Yeah. And that starts getting bad because I got an 80 on my math final, but I had an F in the class for the longest time. So I understood the topics, but that just shows that I didn't apply myself and I didn't study for tests or turn my homework in on time. But
you get that from me.
I know.
You want to tell people what your mom said about you and the way you look?
Oh yeah, we were playing a game at New Year's with our friends, and the question was, who do you like? It was like, do I look more like my mom or my dad? And my mom was like, take your glasses off, Liam, and she's like, you're starting to look like your dad, because she said when I was younger, 100% my mom.
Oh yeah.
But then now, growing up, looking like you.
Yeah. How does it make you feel? Because I look just like my dad, I think.
I want to start crying. No, you looked good in your younger ages.
In my youth?
Your 20s. Short hair you is peak. Should do it again.
No way, man. All my confidence came with the hair.
I thought the same thing. I cut my hair off recently, and
I can't do it.
My confidence has gone skyrocketed.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
For you, not for me.
When I cut my mullet off, I lost all my confidence.
Because you look good in that mullet.
No, I did not.
You did.
Yeah, see? Surprising that my mom liked that more than she likes my buzz cut right now.
That's so funny.
It's another what? Keep my head shaved.
All right, so let's see. Road to 100. Okay, so after 100, road to 200.
Oh, you're going to start instantly?
Which is like a year. So by 200, you should be driving.
Hopefully.
How crazy would that be? You have your own car casts?
Nope. That's music and...
focusing on the road.
And speeding down the highway.
Shoot. That's what you think until you're like, I'm not gonna go on the freeway.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said today. I was like, I don't want to drive on the freeway.
Nah, freeway. I say you drive on the freeway. Freeway is way better, but...
Oh.
What is it? Nikki likes freeways, but no side streets. Mom likes side streets, but no...
Nikki doesn't like the freeway?
No, she likes the freeway better than side streets.
Oh, why doesn't she like side streets? What's wrong with side streets?
Well, it's kind of like where I'm at, is there's more lights, and then you have traffic from every direction coming. I can't trust other people. Like, if we're on the freeway, we're all going one direction. No one's getting on or off. I don't have to stop. But, I don't know.
I guess.
You'll figure it out when you start driving.
Another what, I guess, is stay out of trouble. I mean, I haven't gotten a referral since 8th grade. That's
Yeah.
No, I haven't got one since 7th grade.
Then there was
I've been good.
There was one piece of paper you had to sign.
Oh, no contact contracts? Those are those are just you can't talk to that person no more.
All right.
Because you had an altercation. So that's fine.
Those are just like, those are slap on the wrists. You're like, I just put those next to all the other ones.
No.
All right. So you had to say that you're going to stay out of trouble. Did you think there was a chance that you were not going to stay out of trouble?
No. Unless someone said something to me and slap him in the face and
you get all aggro. And like you've been more aggro this year.
It's only been 5 days this year, Dad.
No, I meant like the whole age of 14. Like you just been aggro.
Like I'll punch anything that walks.
Right? Liam's like, I hope that guy says something. I'm like, what? I'm like, the guy just held the door open for you. Like, yeah, but if he says anything, I'll hit him in the face. Today we went to the park. Liam's like, what do I do if a little kid pushes Sophie? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, can I hit him in the head? I'm like, no. I'm like, how old are they? What's the situation?
Because my logic was like, so me and Sophie are on the playground, right? There's this kid blocking her from the slide and just hits her. And I'm like, am I a bad kid for stomping the little kid?
I think when you use the word stomp, yes.
A light push and slap in the face. Not like hard slap, just...
No.
Now you see how it feels.
Like, maybe like a gentle, like, shoulder like push and be nice.
You're soft.
I'm not looking to beat up like 4-year-olds.
They're not 4. I said they're like, what if they're 9?
Oh, then you push that kid in the face.
Okay.
Yeah. JJ knows not to be mean. And if JJ's going to be mean to somebody, boom.
What if I'm at the park with JJ and a kid my age hits JJ? What do I do?
You lay him out.
Okay, full-blown wrestling.
Well, again, there's a bunch of context. Like, did the kid come out of nowhere being like total like hate tank and was just like, get out of my way?
Yeah.
Well, then, yeah, got you. He's a hate tank. But if it was like, boom, hit him, knocked him out of the way, like just being a kid, hey, cool it, man. Watch out. And if he's just like,
oh.
All right. I think that's all I got for my what's. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Like, what did I say? Just weight loss and like mental health?
Staying awake.
I knew I could stay awake. Yeah. I was
when I tap you a couple times.
Whatever.
When you're in my chair, it's like lost.
Well, we weren't doing anything. We just got home.
I'm laying on the couch and
Sophie yells at me, "Stop snoring!" I'm like, "Leave me alone! I'm snoring." I think the what to I got another what, I guess. What I'd like to do this year. Like a better keep up with the work-life balance. Like I've been more active with like you and Sophie and family and stuff. So like continue that route of being just around more. Did you turn the fan off? Don't turn the fan off.
I didn't turn the fan off.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna be able to get this out and I'll forget it. Can we talk about one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
My little social experiment.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. That's a cool what?
We're talking about homeless people, so last time we did that, we turned all the lights off.
All right, so that's why Liam's turned the lights off. He wants to talk about homeless people. I think it's a fascinating experiment
that I just randomly said in the car.
I absolutely.
So, today, I was just thinking in the car, because I was watching Squid Game for the 5th time, and I was just noticing. I was like, Dad, when we're driving around and you see someone on the ground sleeping, what do you call them? And he's like, a homeless man, right?
Right.
And I'm like, see, I want to do a social experiment. And he's like, what do you mean? You want to be homeless for a year? And then I was like, no, but I want to be able to understand where they're coming from, because when I think of people who are living on the floor, dirty clothes, they're homeless people. So, and I was like, Dad, doesn't that kind of make you feel a certain way, they're not a person because they're a little because they don't have a house or something? And he's like, that's interesting. And then I went on to talk about when you think of a homeless person, you don't say person, you say homeless person. Right. So I said, I want to be homeless for a weekend and just be hey, you're treated differently because you look different, you are dirty, mm-hmm. You don't have much money,
live a day in their shoes.
Mm-hmm. Talk to them about their experiment, and be like, and because when you try to talk to some homeless people, they don't talk to you because they're like nervous. But like if you're homeless, well, they'll be like, I want to talk to you because you're more like, I guess, like me.
Okay.
I think it's sad that when you think of something like that, they're like almost below a person.
Right. And I think that's kind of like, as we talked about it, that's what we finally came down to was you want to be able to like call him a homeless person, but it's like homeless Steve. Like it's not just like the scourge of the earth. He's a person who has a story, and you're like, I love the idea that you're just like, you want to know more about like who they are as an individual. You kind of give them like their humanity back a little bit in a way.
Because they probably feel like nothing. They're going from like park to park, gas station to gas station, just living off like $3.
Right.
You feel bad.
I don't know exactly how we worked through this little experiment of yours, but I absolutely love it. I think it's one of the...
And then you can't get hired because they're like, you're not reliable. You don't look good. Like,
you don't have a mailing. You don't have a home address.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you don't have anywhere to stay, like, have you showered? Most places prefer like there's like a hygiene rule.
Yeah, obviously.
I know. I just think it fascinated me that you came up with that by yourself, like this idea of, because like you said, like Squid Game, because they don't treat them like, they just treat them like animals, numbers, and for a game, and you're kind of like, and as you watch it, you kind of like realize like there are real people who have like real struggles or had a real life and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, I think that's super cool that you've thought, you wrapped your head around that a little bit. Because we had Daniel, my homeless guy, Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Nice guy.
I think that's another one of your dream podcasts. Find
Daniel again. Yeah. I look for him every time I drive around up the street a little bit by McDonald's. His old stomping grounds are a little bit that way, a little bit, but every once in a while, it seems like.
You said you saw him recently. I think I remember you being like, I feel like I saw him, but I didn't see him.
I don't know. I think I had a dream about him. I don't know. Maybe it comes true.
We can't start talking about dreams again.
Right.
I got goosebumps already.
But yeah, I think it's... I don't know exactly how or what we do with it, but I think we put you in a position to... Do we give you a recorder and just let you go out there and start interviewing people?
Maybe.
Like, we get some food or some burgers and be like, hey, find somebody just sitting down and be like, hey, buy them lunch and be like, hey, do you mind answering a couple questions? I mean,
I feel like it would be really good.
I think what would be interesting is just how much no one grows up wanting to be homeless. So, like, it's going to be weird when you talk to somebody who's like, yeah, I'm 50 and I was captain of my wrestling team and something happened and everything fell apart from there. And then you're going to be like, oh my God, that's literally, like, that's almost where I'm at.
Because I guess they're real people.
Mm-hmm.
They're, like, not, like, they might be below you, but, like, think about how close they might have been to your position.
Right. Obviously, there's a certain percentage of them that have mental health issues, which obviously those are the ones that we're not going to look for. But the ones that literally were on top of the world at one point and then just fell apart.
Because like COVID happened 5 years ago now, so I don't know.
That would be kind of a cool I think get a little bit older. Probably like next year. I'll start looking into it because I think there has to be a better way than us just talking to homeless, like just people on the street. Like
go talk to a shelter person, the person who runs a shelter.
There you go. Start there. I think that would be fantastic. Do like a 3 or 4 part miniseries of like you talk to the person at the shelter, then you find a couple of people who are like, hey, what's your story? I bet you a lot of them are willing to talk, just nobody wants to talk to them because, like, why would I want to talk to a homeless, crazy, like, dirty person? But I think when you actually sit down and you're like, I actually want and care about your story, I bet you they talk to you for days.
And then everyone also is like, they're like, don't give them money. They're spending on drugs or alcohol.
Right.
Or beer. Half the time I see homeless people in gas stations, they're getting the QT cup and, like, chips.
Right.
I don't know. I was just randomly thinking about it, and I was like, that would be cool to understand them a little more.
I absolutely love that. That's one of the coolest things I think that came out. Would you have come up with that if you weren't binge watching? Like, no, I think it's a fantastic idea. We'll definitely explore safer ways to get inside.
Not getting shanked.
Well, see, it's like jokes like that where you're like, oh, he's just going to shank. And kind of like what you're saying is like, not everyone is going to shank you. Like, everyone's going to be...
Like you said, the mental health people, that's not the people you're going to go after.
But I think it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. All right, that's all I got for you. You got anything else?
Whimsy.